Well, this time I'm using English because I want the footage to be used and then propagated among the Chinese Americans who only speak English, and then for all the other ethnic groups that they would actually can because of the footage that we talked today, we can help them a little bit to understand the situation a little better. Well, right now is I would like to talk to and could you tell us your background and then the where you're from and then where you educated and then in the early part of your own profession about your journey.
I am very happy to be here, and thanks for inviting me to share the journey of a mother with a child with special need. I was born in Hong Kong, and I came to the United States when I was 12 years old. And when I first came to Hong Kong, I ended up in Seattle. I went through junior high and high school in Seattle, and I came to the Bay Area to attend UC Berkeley and in the electrical engineering and computer science department, and I graduated from UC Berkeley in 1980. Yeah, and started to work at Intel.
At that time, you were a few. At that time, you're one of the few female students in that department.
That's right. You know, our graduation class only have 5 female in the entire engineering department, not only EECS, but, you know, in other engineering field. We only have 5 girls that graduated that year.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was very happy to earn my degree from UC Berkeley, and I started working for Intel Corporation.
Yes.
And yeah, and so I never thought I would ended up running a nonprofit, but I was married in 1985 to Albert. Albert is a doctor, and after we got married, actually he has to finish his internship and residency in Southern California. And I went to Loyola Marymount University and got my master's degree over there in 1987. And yeah, so that's my journey before I become a mother.
Yeah, but at that time you have the intention to actually, when you get your master's degree in Marymount, actually you have intention to serve and then to care for people.
Right. You know, my master's degree in Loyola Marymount is actually in religious education in ministry. And so when I came back to the Bay Area, before I became a mom, I was basically working for the church in ministry to help people sort through their journeys in life and find their way and hope. So I was in kind of a counseling position. But, you know, hey, after I become a mother, and especially after I have my son who is diagnosed with special needs, I actually need counseling myself.
I think it's the society is really a self-help. The important thing is you started with care, you started with love, and then there's the same thing. You really need a lot of understanding. Sometimes you have your passion to understand other people. Sometimes you need other people to understand how you feel. So therefore, this is really, I mean, I like the background. A symbol of love, a symbol of heart. A heart is loving the society, loving everything. But with all this kind of background to you, would the impact of finding out that your son is autistic, how that make you feel?
You know, my family was devastated. As Betty, when she was introducing us, introducing me, she actually mentioned that even though Albert is a doctor, a medical doctor, he doesn't really know how to help a child with special needs, especially autism. At that time, autism was very rare, and the prevalence to have autism is 1 out of 1,500 babies. You will have one baby have autism, and we like won the lottery. We have a son with autism at that time, so not many people know what to do at that time.
But somehow, right? I don't know what happened. Because of diagnostic, because the environment, autism is really is growing very rapidly to almost like a couple of years ago, the statistic is 1 out of every 58.
Actually, it's 1 out of 54. That,
I see. Okay.
1 out of 54, and that was done 5 years ago. So if you when you mentioned 1 out of 58, that was in 2014. It was 1 out of 54 in 2016. So you can imagine that it's ever increasing. So you are looking at 1 out of 50 around that number right now.
So this is why it is so important that because of this, to the point of urgent need for education, because a lot of families is really facing a lot of challenges because they don't know how to deal with it. So therefore, I understand you have a slideshow to show what kind of the development of the friends of children with special needs, and then the different programs that I think the important thing is, I think what you always have done is to never give up, always has hope. When you have hope, you can achieve happiness. And then I think the most important thing is that you always have peace of mind. So therefore, basically, this is everybody thriving for, but with a positive attitude, we can thrive, and then we hold each other up. So therefore, maybe you could you prepare some slide, and then we can have the participant to understand, and then to participate in this thinking process.
You know, as we were sharing that now 1 out of 50 children, 54 in 2016, but I'm just projecting that, about 1 out of 50, and to every 4 boys, there will be 1 girl with autism. So actually, there will be a lot more boys with autism than girls with autism. And that is something we don't understand either. And I was just saying that going back when my son was really young, you know, we feel devastated. Our family don't know how to take care of our children, my son, and that caused a lot of anxiety and depression and sadness. But we pick up ourselves and, you know, think very positively. And so we want to share our journey with everyone, since there are many more families with children with autism right now. So I'm going to share a screen share.
Right.
Okay, bear with me. I'm going to try to put it in a slideshow format. Oops, sorry.
Okay, all right.
So I have 3 wonderful children, and my son, who is the middle child, has autism. And actually, I'm a grandmother of 2 wonderful grandsons right now too. So a little happy news to share with everyone. My son, his name is Lawrence, and he was diagnosed in 1992. And with autism. Can you tell which one is Lawrence?
Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that is not paying attention to the camera, the one that is staring out into nowhere or maybe at his fingers, and that's Lawrence. Okay,
yeah,
so one
Navy's suit and have a hat.
yeah. So Lawrence's challenges in his early years, he was nonverbal. He is very withdrawn socially. He has a lot of developmental delays, and he has self-injurious behavior. So whenever he gets frustrated, he will hit himself, he would hurt himself, and he has huge temper tantrum. So after we joined many the families, the 9 other families, and started FCSN, and we have held hands together and make FCSN into a supportive village to provide lifelong support for our individuals with special needs, our children with special needs. And so what is Lawrence doing now? Lawrence is a professional musician, so he performs every week in the community, and he also works part-time at a department store, and also he works at an office is an accounting office and an insurance company office. So he keeps himself very busy and have a very happy and productive life. Okay, I share it again, and I am going to.
Oh, okay. Now it's now
okay.
it's on the slideshow mode. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so now what is Lawrence doing? Now you can see he right. plays his instrument, he sings, and he's a professional musician in the community. He works at a department store, and he works at a local office.
Mm-hmm.
So how he went from nonverbal child and has a lot to do with FCSN. Who he become today has a lot to do with FCSN. So just as Sandy was introducing FCSN, it is all about bringing happiness to individuals and peace of mind to their families. So that is what we strive to do, and that's through the journey, we were able to achieve a lot for our children. They were happy in our program and very supported. They made friends. And then also the parents work together and have a lot of different arrangement for them lifelong. So when we get sick and when we have to pass on, we know that they will be taken care of lifelong. And that's what brings peace of mind to the families. So this is what FCSN's dream. I am sure this is the same dream of all parents with children with special needs, is to have a supportive village. It's kind of a parents co-op that we turn worries into positive action. In 25 years ago, in 1996, we started with 10 families. Now we serve over 1,000 families. And our mission is to help children with special needs and their families find love, hope, respect, and support through integrated community involvement. As I was saying in the very beginning, that Asian families tend to hide their children with special needs. And it's FCSN's dream to actually be proud of our children with special needs and bring them into the community to be integrated with the community so that they have all the experience that regular people would have, and also for the community to have a chance to embrace them as well. We have 3 types of programs. So because it started with the families, which kind of spearhead different programs. So the family support is our signature program, where all the other programs are kind of born from the family support program. And then we have children program and adult programs. At the beginning, we have children's program. Then as they grow up, we develop adult programs to take care of them. Here's some pictures about our family support programs and our seminars. This is done weekly. So when we are saying that FCSN become an extended family for everyone, we are not kidding, because we certainly spend a lot of time bonding with each other. We learn through the seminars together, and also we share our tears and joy together at the family support program. We are very involved in the community. We are very proud of our children, and we bring our children out to the parades to basically be part of the community. That's how we integrate in the community. So community involvement is very important.
So it's very important to have the parents and the family member participated. When they participated, they actually feel there are people similar to them, and sometimes the children have progressed more advanced, and some children less. But somehow, because of group actions and mutual support, I think that this becomes a very, very much come out and accept what you are. So
yeah, I think that it is very important to have a support system for the family, because we can want all our children to do well all we want, but if the family doesn't do well, the children is not going to do well. So we look at it like a holistic approach. In order for our children to do well, the whole family has to do well. That's why the whole families get involved. We are talking about every week we bring the special needs children's siblings also to be in the family support program. The parents, even the grandparents come to our family support program. So that is, we want it really to be an extended family, so that we don't feel alone. We don't feel isolated. We are part of a big community, a loving community.
So therefore, basically, Zassi, can you tell us how many paid staff FCSN currently with the two center, and then we're building the new third one. So therefore, I understand we have more than maybe 140 staff.
Yeah, about 140 paid staff, but you have to know that we have over 200 volunteers at the same time.
And this is what I want to get to, is because on weekends, and then there's so many activities, actually a lot of parents, a lot of siblings of special needs children, they actually come in and help. And then this would that something like really reinforce the relationship between the family and also within the family itself?
Absolutely. That's the family, the parents become really close friends, and then the siblings become friends with each other. Then you really feel supported, because we don't want the siblings of children with special needs to feel like they, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do with the children? So they grow up with the children, and then they feel that the natural thing to do is to support their sibling with special needs. The whole family is, belongs to FCSN, and they are not alone. A lot of the siblings actually seen other special needs children at school being bullied, and they went and break out the fight and stood up for the special needs children. Those some of the heartwarming stories that we hear back from our volunteers, from the siblings of children with special needs.
Yeah, I think it's just it is the education of the family who have a challenge with it, but at the same time, and then I think this needs to be propagated, because we need the whole society to understand and accept and be compassionate about it.
Yeah, every year we trained over 200 youth volunteers from local high schools, how to work with children with special needs. We never stopped this training because the teenager from our local high school, they will grow up to become very important part of the community. And when they grow up in a sense that with other children with special needs, that they have helped other children with special needs and more compassionate and ready to embrace them. So as our special needs children grow up, they will have a kinder society that they are coming into, instead of people that discriminate against them. And yes, so we really take that opportunity, feel it as very important to us, because we are training the future of our community, and they become more loving and more supportive and more embracing of children with special needs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to explain too, a lot of children with special needs, they are not welcomed into any of the community recreation programs. Basically, a lot of people in the community don't know how to work with them. So when that happens, FCSN provides those different programs for our children with special needs, with the proper guidance from a buddy, a regular youth volunteer buddy, to guide them through some of the activities. And so through our children's program, they make friends. They have different learning opportunities where they can discover and develop their talents and abilities. And we provide a safe and inclusive environment for all our children to be in our programs. So they are very happy there. So that's what we do at our children's program. You can see what kind of children program am I talking about. We teach them social skills. So there's social skills training classes. See, they are having fun just like any other children in the community. And they're learning drama. See, we have drama camp. I believe, Sandy, you've been to our drama camp. Did you like what we do at our drama camp? Yeah. So
nice. The last drama camp I have is Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda, that is right. Yeah, every year we have a drama, and the kids look so forward to participating. Sometimes children cannot communicate and come up with words themselves, but if you have a child with special needs, you know that they love to repeatedly watch a particular cartoon or a Disney show or something like that. They memorize all the things that a particular character would be saying in those cartoons or shows or plays. And they love to become one of those characters in drama camp. And that facilitated a lot of our children's ability to talk, to communicate, because they are so used to talking. There's some really wonderful lines on, in the drama camp and deliver to the audience, which gets huge applause. Yeah. So these are some of the opportunities we provide them. We provide them opportunities to learn music. Very hard to have music teachers that have patience and time to teach a child with special needs. And we provide wonderful music program at FCSN. We teach them how to sing, how to dance, how to play percussion, and also give them opportunity for solo performances. That's how my Lawrence, my son, become a basically a professional musician. We have sports, all kinds of different sports. You name it, we have it. We arrange for them to learn different sports. Our swim program had taught over 600 individuals with special needs how to swim. And of course, different ball games. Our children enjoy that every summer. And some of the ball programs, the basketball program is year-round, actually. So we built this village to support our children lifelong. So that's the FCSN dream, is to have the dream community where we have center and we have comprehensive programs at the center, and we have nearby housing to provide service and a nice, safe environment for our special needs individuals to live lifelong. You know, I keep on trying to say children, but they become adult children of ours. So we have adult program for them.
Right.
And we have housing, which the parents actually use their own money to build so that their children will have a wonderful place, living like in a community. And so we built this apartment to house our special needs individual. But this is not done by the nonprofit. It's not done by the parents themselves. They get their money together and they buy the land and build the apartments for the sons and daughters when they grow up to live in there. And to provide the service, we need the nonprofit. And that is supported living services, where we have live-in staff and you arrange them to have roommates.
Progress.
The 24 is a 24/7 service. And this apartment, it just happened to be behind one of our dream centers, FCSN dream centers. So you see, a lot of times, you know, when the parents worry is, where are they gonna live? Are they gonna be protected from abuse? Are they gonna be living among friends? That's the arrangement that FCSN, together with all the parents, were able to build this model of a village where we have the individuals living among friends, supported by staff, and also very close to the center where they can learn together and basically have fun together.
Wow.
So this is a blissful community that we have built.
Looks like with so many programs and everything, and then the you're actually providing opportunity and participation of all sorts. So therefore, is actually the variety make it so lively.
Yes, yes, and you know, we also take the opinions of our adult children and children very seriously. We provide now what we call like person-centered planning. Their programs are person-centered, meaning, you know, we take what they love to do into consideration when we design the programs for them. Yeah. So, and the next thing when they grow into adulthood is if they have a career. So that is very important. So we create career opportunities for our adults. You know, I don't know if you know the statistics, but 95% of our individuals with special needs are unemployed,
Yes.
meaning no employment. And that's not right. They actually can do a lot of things. They have a lot of abilities and talent. So one of our important programs that we have started is the job training program. And we also, if we have an individual with particular skills that can make money, we will try to facilitate entrepreneurship so that they can start their own business.
Wow.
And also some of the parents arrange employment through their own connections. If they have a business themselves, they will employ the special needs son or daughter. And if they have family members or friends that would give an opportunity for the individual with special needs to work there, then they would start at like 2 hours a week and increasing to, become a full-time worker. So that can be arranged by the parents. But parents, as you know, Asian parents are very shy to tell other people that they have a child with special needs, leave alone, try to say, hey, can you do me a favor and maybe give my son or daughter a try? But I think we have encouraged enough of these our parents to do that, and many of the parents actually were able to find their own son or daughter with special needs a job, a part-time job at least. So which is great. And our FCSN nonprofit actually have collaboration with local business such as Trader Joe's, TJ Maxx, and Walmart, those kinds of business, and provide workers to work there. And they earn regular wages, competitive wages, which is great. That, Sandy, my son, he loves money. So, and money is the incentive for him to do a lot of work. So, and yeah. So that is great that we have given those opportunities to our special needs adults.
Yeah, there's Lawrence make money 4 ways, by playing music, by working in a department store, and then by working in the office, and then it's good because it give him a sense of importance and self-worth. At the same time, have money of his own, give him a level of security.
Yes, and he basically I charge him rent to live in my house, so he will learn that basically if you live out in the community, you have to pay for it yourself. So money become very important to him, and he likes to buy with video games, and he needs money to do that as well.
Yeah. But anyway, about the employment placement development, the FCSN had a lot of times had to orient the employer, and then the placement, how to deal with this situation.
Yeah, so some of our basically children with adult children with special needs. Some are visual learners, some are auditory learners. What I mean by that is a lot of times some of the visual learners, you actually, whatever you need them to do, as long as you write them down, they will be able to do it, follow instruction very closely. But because their auditory processing may be an issue, so written down instructions are just perfect for that kind of worker, and they never deviate from their work. They don't text message their friends. They don't spend their life on the cell phone, and instead of doing the work assigned to them. So they are very hardworking, and like Lawrence, he loves money. So as soon as he knows that if he is not doing the work assigned to him, he might get fired. He is very, very serious about doing everything to the T, and always commended by their employers as a very hard worker. So, yeah.
So basically, historically speaking, children with special needs, when they get employed, they are really once everybody is oriented, they are very reliable and dedicated, and then
absolutely.
And then it's a really a blessing to manage them, and then they're actually very productive.
And they never try to shop around and go to another job. You know how a lot of time, lower wage jobs, it's like a revolving door. You hire and they leave after 3 months. And our kids, once you hire them, they are so loyal to the employer, and that they, you don't have to keep on retraining your employees. So they are actually preferred workers once you get to know them.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And in order to discover more talented individuals with special needs, so that the world is basically aware that they have other abilities, not only just everybody is looking for abilities, how to talk well and how to socialize well, how to be street smart. And those are not individuals with special needs trait, but they are hardworking and they might have particular talent in one area that nobody actually suspect that they have talent. So we had provided a platform that has gone international. This is just like America's Got Talent. This is Special Needs Talent Showcase, which is equivalent to America's Got Talent. And we have this year, I think, Sandy, you saw the show as well.
Right. I was very moved the moment we have participants from Japan, from Mexico, and then I thought it's from Canada and all over the world. And then actually we are providing a platform of international exposure for children with special needs. And then when I see,
talented,
yeah, right. When I see that physically look like very challenging, but on the other hand, and then when they play the music or performance, I mean, it was so dedicated, and then the music and it come so beautifully. I was really very, very moved because of that.
You told me you were in tears a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we look for different platforms for them to showcase their abilities and talent. And, you know, we have a lot of success with that. And some of the winners at the talent show actually landed jobs. Somebody saw their performance and start hiring them at a music store to perform for some of the events and parties. So, which create a lot of different opportunities for the community to be aware of their talent, the special needs individuals' talent, and also for the special needs individuals who were always looked down upon as someone with no abilities, finally be able to reach kind of a stardom, you know, to reach for the stars on this platform, for the star on the stage. So that's what we have been doing. Just like I was saying, so this particular individual with special needs, his name is Austin. Austin actually can be considered a non-verbal child, non-verbal individual. So he's a teenager, but look at the ceramic work that he was able to do. That is really incredibly beautiful ceramic work, artwork that he is able to do. It was considered ADHD and nonverbal, and he has to sit here to work with the ceramic for 5 hours before you can even color the piece of ceramic, each piece of ceramic. 5 hours just sitting there working with the ceramic on the turntable kind of thing. I'm not an artist, so I'm just trying to describe how much patience he actually has when everybody consider him as an ADHD kid.
Yeah, well, a little bit of advertising commercial. If anybody want to buy Austin's ceramic, they can go to South Baskin's FCSN, and then we have a coffee shop, and then also a gift shop. In the gift shop, you can actually buy Austin's creation. It's really wonderful, so pretty and so delicate.
Yeah, so this is what I meant when I said facilitate entrepreneurship. So this beautiful artwork is sold at the coffee shop, and that's his Austin's business, right? He created all the ceramic artwork, and he was able to sell it for good money, and so that became his career.
Wow.
And also we some of our individuals are actually producing bath and beauty products, organic bath and beauty products, to sell to the community, sell to the public. And that's really great work opportunities for our individuals who are interested in producing these products.
Right.
And this is the coffee shop we are so proud of that, as Sandy just mentioned. This is in on South Bascom in San Jose. And this is called Friends Coffee and Tea. And this is the training ground for our young adults with special needs here to work at the coffee shop. You can see his name is Alan, the handsome young man on the left side. And then also in the back is another student with special needs. So they are learning how to be a barista and serve coffee at the coffee shop. And also, the pastry on the left that we are providing at the coffee shop as well. So please come by and give us, support and have some wonderful coffee and pastry and also other drinks that we have newly produced just for the summer drinks. Those are wonderful.
Yeah, I understand that Anna, that in the very early stage of FCSN, there's a special need to interact with each other. We call it little kitchen.
That's right. That's right. Actually, they started at my house, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So basically, some of the pastry is actually done at the Fremont kitchen, actually selling in the in coffee shop too. So basically, these are the results of the collaboration among the children, and then not only that it is a training ground, but at the same time it becomes a productive ground.
Yeah, so we train some of these individuals with special needs, and some already have a job at Panera, at other coffee shops. So and then we can train another group of young adults to do this work at the coffee shop, so that later on when they graduate, they can go to another coffee shop and do the same kind of work.
Yeah, this is the I think it's nothing is more important when the parent feel the special need child is actually a contributor to society rather than being a burden. So therefore, that is so uplifting.
And it's so important. They feel so proud when they earn a paycheck. You don't know the excitement when they see that they earned a paycheck. They are so excited. They really frame the paycheck on the first ever paycheck. They don't spend it. They frame it on so that very, very, very touching. They finally affirmed that their self-worth, and they feel so proud. Yeah.
So this is what from very, very beginning is just the when you have children with special needs, do not give up hope. When
Absolutely.
you have hope, you can really achieve the happiness, like getting the paycheck, and then also it is a peace of mind for everyone. So therefore, yeah, the next thing but I guess the journey still have a long way to go, and there are a lot new thing that we need to learn, because autism is not really research enough, and then the resource is not enough. So therefore, Anna, you've been fighting for more resources and more understanding, and really want to empower in the process. So you actually went beyond just our own. You actually get into the government, the state government, and then actually try to communicate the right way that the our state government have to handle programs like FCSN. So maybe you can talk about that.
A little bit. Yeah, I can talk about that a little bit. You know, starting in 2003, 18 years ago, the state government start trying to cut the budget for serving individuals with special needs. So this whole long 18 years, FCSN has always, you know, basically rented a leased bus to go up to Sacramento, bring about 100 people every year to go to Sacramento, either to the hearing whenever there is a budget cut, or, you know, to basically go to Sacramento to talk to legislators and explain to them the hardship of serving individuals with special needs and all the families, how they're being impacted emotionally, physically, and basically they're so worried to death about what's going to happen to their children with special needs. And there are some really, really sad story. There were several murder-suicide because the parents gave up hope and they no longer think that they can handle and provide enough care for the individuals with special needs. Then they actually killed the children, and then they committed suicide because they just couldn't think. They don't think society is doing the right thing to help these individuals and families. It is really heartbreaking, but you know, at FCSN, it's always about positive action. Remember, we turn our worries into positive actions. So the state law that provided for special needs individuals is called the Lentman Act. And that was like 50 years ago already. This law came into effect. And there were only about 5 parents that went and kind of camp out in Sacramento with the legislator day and night so that they would listen to their cry to help the children with special needs. And that started the system that only out of the 50 states in the United States, California is the only state that has that law to protect individuals with special needs. But because of budget issues, that support is being watered down year after year. And it's our right to go to tell Sacramento, hey, there's a promise that the state has made to help individuals with special needs. You cannot just water down to a point that actually it became paper services instead of real services. So we have to stand together. We can do it again for all the future children with special needs and future families. And remember, okay, I'll go to the next slide. Our current challenge, because when my son was first diagnosed, 1 out of 1,500 babies born have special needs. But now, at least the last time reported by CDC in 2016 is 1 out of 54. So you know how many more families is coming into the system that needs help. So our challenge is we are running out of money, the funding and the resource, and we are running out of service capacity to help all these families, right? These are the challenges. This is what's stopping the delivering happiness to individuals with special needs. These are the challenge to delivering peace of mind to the families. These are the challenges. So what is the solution? We can still hold hands together. Togetherness, unity is power. So we can share resources. We can empower each other. Instead of looking to the government to provide fish for the family, we have to teach each other how to fish so that each of us can provide fish or food enough for the whole family. And we have to create more dream communities to provide lifelong support to individuals with special needs. FCSN is just one of these dream community. Imagine if everyone start to build their own dream community, then we can handle all the influx of new individuals with special needs into our society, into our community. So yeah, I think together with love,
Yes.
we can build a home, a village, a dream community, and we can replicate this kind of successful models for more and more individuals and families where they can have happiness and peace of mind. I think that's it for my presentation.
That's really wonderful. I would say a lot of just like a lot of people would say, hey, things will get better. That means that that unless we do something about it, then things will get better. So therefore, basically, it's just what I felt that the power comes from togetherness.
Mm-hmm.
What you mentioned about is us. If one family and crying out, and just one family, is very lonely. But however, if everybody gathered together, I think if each other would reinforce each other's courage, reinforce each other's acceptance, and then we could have power. But however, politically, we have to be in unison, and then we have really had to fight for, and then we have to talk to our our representative elected officials that represent us. We tell them we should communicate about them, and then to tell them the importance of it. I think it's just what you mentioned about it is, if the society, if the autism system is in a positive way, we can be all people will be a contributor to the society rather than a burden to society. If we don't do anything, if the state cut all the funding whatsoever, the consequence in the future is that there will be more burden to the society. So therefore, invest in solution is actually will get healthy return. The healthy return means that the cost to society is much less. So I'll say what you have done is you just set that this example. At the same time, you have shown that your perseverance, your dedication, and then
we can make it. We can make it. Yes.
And then give us hope. And then I would say until everybody together accepted this and then face the challenge, and then we truly have peace of mind. I would say, Anna, I've been watching you for the last 20 years, and then I'm very moved, and then it becomes a strength of my life because of how you look at things so positively. And this is a very, very positive on a very difficult challenge. I really put it this way, from my heart, is the whole community appreciate what you have done.
Oh, thank you. But I actually should not take too much credit, because all the families that grouped together to start FCSN, they are my strength. They are my the pillar that I grab onto. They are my lifesaver. Because of them, we were able to do it. But actually, I would have to also give even greater credit to God for the guidance. Even if we have this willing heart, if it is not for God helping me in my life, never to lose hope, never to lose faith, and of course, never to lose that love in my heart. We would never have done it. FCSN would never have done it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was so moved because I know where your strength come from, and then it's come from a higher authority.
Yes, definitely.
So what I'll do is I will give this to to Yuan and then Jinfen, and then maybe we can allow some time to communicate with the participant of this really meaningful gathering.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is the last slide as my contact information. If you have a particular question, I'll be happy to answer too. If it, we didn't have a chance to answer it today, you're welcome to contact me through email. Okay, and we have our website here for you to learn more about FCSN.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing now.
All right. Okay, so maybe.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. Thank you, Sandy. What a wonderful story. I'm really, really touched. So now it's the Q&A time. 如果我们的观众哈，如果你们有问题想要和我们的这个嘉宾来互动哈，有问题来问的话，你们可以用这个 Q&A 哈 ，Zoom 的 Q&A 把问题放上去，或者呢就直接写在这个 chat 里面哈。那我们会来提问。你们可以用中文，也可以用英文，都没问题。Okay, so actually there are quite a few questions already. So one question is from Lily Chen. I actually know her. She is from UCA, United Chinese Association. She is running a youth mental health program right now. So she is also doing great works to the society. So her comments or her question is, how can our community be equipped to be more inclusive, to have children with special needs participating in the program, in addition to have like Buddy, which is really great?
I'm not actually sure exactly the focus of this question.
Yeah, you said you mentioned in your speech that you actually involved the local business or community to accept like children with special needs to be part of the community, right? To do some work or so. How can our community be equipped to be more inclusive to those special needs?
Actually, we have a whole team of job developers. The job developers' job is to go and contact when they see now hiring, the signs, the now hiring from local business, then they will go to the local business and contact the local business and express to them that we have a group of skillful workers that can do a certain part of the, when they are hiring, for example, they're hiring for sales associate or something for the department store. And then they will look at the job description as what the sales associate has to do. And if it matches some of the skills of special needs individuals, our job developer will go to talk to the employer and explain to them how we can collaborate and offer jobs to the individuals with special needs without so much an interview process, because the individual with special needs is not going to have excellent interview skills where you can go and so, but we can have a video of what they can do and show the employer that it would be a great fit for what they're hiring the employee to be hired would be a good match with our individuals. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So you said right now FCSN is supporting like thousands of families, right? So what are the funding come from, from the government and fundraising?
The family part, and mostly actually volunteering and through fundraising that we do every year. For the service to adult individuals, definitely all that funding is from the state government, which I would say not enough, because if you know the minimum wage in the Bay Area has gone up to $15.50 an hour in the Bay Area, and the state government is more like giving you about $16 an hour of money to pay your staff, which is taking care of high needs clients. And, you know, it has to be skillful of working with individuals with special needs. So definitely it's an unfair wage. And especially at FCSN, 95% of all our staff are bilingual staff. You know, if they are bilingual staff, why would they work for minimum wage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is not a very good funding for this, for our work, our provision of care. So I would say, you know, I would say 85 to 90% actually of basically budget came from the state funding. But then we have about 5% come from grants that we write to apply for grant funding, and about 10% come from individual donors or corporate donors. Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, for funding, let me add a little bit, because FCSN has really blessed with wonderful leadership in the staff. They work very, very hard, and then the salary is actually in comparison is actually as for other organizations is actually medium level. Middle level would make more money than the top level, like executive director at FCSN. But because they feel the work is meaningful. But the challenge is for a lot of people that when they're young, they're not married, and then they're without children, and they keep working at it, and then they develop a lot of skill sets, and then sometimes they acquired further study to get a master's degree, and very, very skillful, and then they're still struggling slightly more than the minimum wage that In-N-Out Burger is paying for entry level workers. So therefore, it's fairly unfair. But on the other hand, as us, the FCSN really struggle, and then because it's a meaningful work for them to do, but somehow keeping their livelihood of very dedicated staff is very, very hard. So therefore, basically, all kind of support is really highly recommended for this meaningful work.
Yeah, especially from the community, the support from community. Okay, in your talk, you mentioned many special needs is with autism. Are there any other type of special needs? Or
yes, most definitely. You know, as we mentioned, you know, just within the last 25 years, that autism, the prevalence of autism exploded. But actually, you know, when we first start our center, I would say only about 20% of the individuals is served at our center has autism, and 80% have other developmental disabilities, such as Down syndrome, such as cerebral palsy, brain injury, and basically the what is the mental intellectual disability, meaning IQ score below 70, that kind of disabilities.
Okay, so who will be eligible to join your program?
They have to be regional center clients, because just as we were saying, all the adult programs are funded by the state. and that is the funding channels through what they call regional center in the state of California. And there are 21 regional centers throughout the state of California, and each region have its own regional center, and the money channels through there. So if you want to find out whether you can come to our program, you first have to contact the regional center and see if the individuals with special need is deemed eligible as a regional center client.
Okay. And that the center information can be found on your website.
How to reach the regional center, right. Or you can just call me, or email me, and I give you a different regional centers contact. So that would be
okay
as well.
Yeah, you said your FCSN is kind of a lifelong support, right? So what is the oldest like children in your program?
74. How's that?
Wow. Yeah.
I'm sure older than you and me. So 74 years old.
Okay. Yeah. And from one of the audience, Ted asked about the apartment concept. You said several parents has built their own apartments, right? Mm-hmm. So could you give more details about that?
That it will take about 2 hours to explain.
Oh.
There is several $million worth of investment, so it's not I can just answer in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be happy. Yeah, I have done many presentations about this concept called the Dream Housing Project, and even to the mainstream community. Some of the mainstream community has already successfully replicated our housing project, the Dream Housing Project. So there are actually YouTube videos out there explaining how we did it. Okay. So I will try to link that video to some of the YouTube videos.
Okay.
And I think, Sandy, didn't you say that you're going to also maybe make a special on different programs and projects of FCSN as well?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Basically, there's so many programs. Each program need to elaborate, and then each program should have example of special needs children thriving to a higher level. So therefore, those things just require a little bit in depth. So therefore, I just hope in the future we'll have more example and more communication and more of the challenge that we have, so that we can share and then we can solve this thing on a continual basis. I would say autism and also special needs are something that we need to face it direct and then in a positive way. And then I feel we're still learning to progress on this challenge. So therefore, I think a lot of support and a lot of education through those kind of things, we're also learning about it on a continual basis. So therefore, basically, it's just this is the beginning. I would say if everybody try very hard and everybody very attentive with a learning attitude, I would think tomorrow will be better.
Yeah, absolutely. So one comment from audience, Lisa, she said, 听到讲座很激动，似乎感觉到每个特殊孩子都能实现梦想。他想请教的是，教育每个孩子，其实需要很多教育方面的专业支持，包括还有资金哈。那教育支持方面，就是说如何针对特殊儿童来实现，就是说，因为他们这个教育是更有挑战，然后需要配置很专业的人员， 甚至要跨学科啊，心理学啊、特殊教育啊什么的。
是的。
Yeah, can you?
So I'm sorry, I switched to speaking in Chinese. You know, I think one of the injustice that is actually done in our community is to group such a unique individuals. So 10,000 unique individuals into one category and call them these are people with autism. But you know, because they are so unique, each one of them needs special attention. That's why we're now starting to focus on person-centered programs. Person-centered programs. Meaning instead of just one size fit all kind of program, we need tailor-make programs for each individual. So if Lisa, did you say Lisa?
Lisa, yeah.
Yeah, if Lisa wants further in depth and to talk to me, I will be happy to talk to you about, you know, how a particular child can, through different unique programming, can achieve the best potential and, you know, be able to deliver some happiness to that individual so that they have live a happy and fulfilled life in the future.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So actually, an audience, Emma Zhang, she is from China and right now a junior student in at San Jose State University, and major is education. And he worked in China for more than 15 years, working for children with special needs. Is her wish. So she hoped to be a member of FCSN. So maybe you can contact Anna after.
So yeah, please contact us. As I was saying, every Friday we have a family support group, and we have one in Cantonese and one in Mandarin every Friday. It never stopped even through the pandemic. So because of pandemic, we've been meeting through Zoom. So if you want to find out what the current needs of the families are, you're welcome to join us. You don't have to be a particular family member of individual with special needs. Just join us and see what we are talking about. What is the hot topic that families want to discuss about and share with each other? It's every Friday. So if you somehow send me your email address, I can hook you up, link you up with our Zoom meetings.
Okay, great. So you said you have like about 200 paid staffs. I think they are like
140 paid staff.
140 paid
200
staff.
Volunteers.
So you do take volunteers. Actually, a question from the audience. Like what type of volunteers you take or you want?
We actually take all kinds. So just like each volunteer have their unique skills and their unique wish, what they want to contribute. We want to make a good match. So contact us because I, you know, can speak. It's not a one size fit all for all volunteers either. So please contact us.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe at the end of the webinar, you can share your contact information again so they can note down your email address and your website.
Sure. Maybe I can actually do that right now too. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna put my contact information up. Okay, as you can continue to ask me some questions. I'll just leave this slide up for now.
Okay, yeah. Actually, last time I went to the Friends Coffee and Tea, and I really enjoyed the drink they made.
Wonderful. I'm glad.
Yeah, actually, I bought a souvenir from the store as well. Yeah. So I was really touched that you have a really great program that help the kids, the special needs children, to still be integrated into the community, right? They can do the work, they can contribute back, right, to the community. So that's really wonderful. Okay. I'll put the address in the chat window. So
okay, so I can stop share again. Okay.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. You just leave it there. I'll put the address in the chat window. So I hope like our audience can go there and support FCSN in any ways you can.
I see there's 3 participants raised hand. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we can actually open their mic so they can ask questions. Okay. Emma, if you can unmute yourself and you can ask questions if you want.
Yeah, maybe next Friday I will come to San Jose State, the FCSN 2 meeting. Others like now are just person or family, because it's my package. I want to be to service work for the special case. That is my dream.
Oh, wonderful! You know, yeah. Please, you know, shoot me an email. There are many information about the volunteering or even working with FCSN on our website, which is FCSN 1996, the year we were found, .org. Okay, so FCSN1996.org. There's a lot of, when you click on the homepage, join us. You can join us as a volunteer, and you can join us as a staff member. So that information is there. But if you want to be a little bit more tailored to what you're thinking about, just go ahead and directly email me and we can have further discussion.
Yeah, thank you. I hope I can be a volunteer this year. Yeah, maybe to CPT next year while there's everything is good, I think, because I just very hope being to service for the special case.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Emma, for your, yeah. Okay, Nandy, if you want to ask a question or make a comment, you can unmute yourself. Nandy? I saw you raised your hand. Or maybe Zhang? Mr. Zhang from the audience, if you want to ask a question, you can unmute yourself and you can speak.
谢谢啊, thank you for giving me the opportunity to ask this question. I'm not in California, actually I'm in Pennsylvania. My kid's situation is his verbal IQ is about 1 or 2%, but through the years, his nonverbal skills actually getting better and better. Right now, he's over 100 on the nonverbal. And I can tell that at home, you know, when I ask him to do things, when I do things, he can help and he sees something and he do something. So he's getting better in terms of interaction, but he has interviewed so many jobs and none of the business accept him. So I guess what I wanted to ask is, do you know any good resources that can teach the verbal part? I mean, increase his verbal things.
So
another one is
you actually need a particular service. You know, so I can, because we're in here in California, and if you need someone in person to coach your son, I don't know any resource in Pennsylvania. But you know, a lot of times when we have training, employment training, seminars, and we welcome you to join us. So there are many different ways to connect with our service, and also with the families in the family support group, where we share all kinds of resources, and that you don't need any government funding, because parents sharing is free. And so I encourage anyone to who are interested to join us through WeChat or let me see, if you again send me an email.
Okay.
Just send me an email. I can connect you through WeChat, and so that you will know exactly what seminar topics we are going to present every Friday. So
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That would be great. I can tell that, he can do a lot of things. He can cut the grass. He can, do a lot of home, like house chores, wash the dishes, doing laundry, and do a lot of things very well. But going outside looking for a job, that interview is always kind of, just fall apart.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk some more offline, and we can connect you with the proper resource.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah.
OK， 好，现在已经8点半了哈，这个已经很长时间了哈。那我们非常再次感谢 Anna 和 Sandy 哈来到我们这边来介绍这个特殊儿童之友，也非常感谢你们的这个 care 和 love 哈，就是这个帮助我们这个社区，帮助我们这些家长们哈，这真是非常的感动。好，那我们再次感谢你们花了这么时间跟我们在一起。好，那我们也谢谢我们的观众朋友们。我们后面呢还会有更多的节目哈。然后呢 ，Sandy 我知道他也有个 big project idea， 就会继续来介绍这个 FCSN 哈，会有制作一系列的这个专题节目哈。那我们也希望到时候也会分享给大家。好的，那我们今天的讲座呢就到此结束。谢谢 Anna， 谢谢 Sandy， 谢谢我们的观众朋友们，大家晚安。